Thanks so much for joining us for WIS News Primetime. I'm Greg Adeline.
And I'm Hannah Burbank. Every weekday at 7:30, we'll be here to tell the untold stories of kindness, community, and hope across the Midlands.
And tonight, we remember the life of a Midlands football star, Tylee Craft.
Craft was a Midlands native who graduated from Sumter High School. He later went on to be a receiver at the University of North Carolina, but this past weekend, he was called home after a long fight with a rare form of lung cancer.
Our Sam Shapiro spoke with those who knew him best. So Sam, what did they tell you about Tylee's legacy?
Well, Greg and Hannah, before taking his talents to the University of North Carolina football team, Tylee Craft would write his name amongst the all-time greatest athletes at Sumter High School. His life, legacy, and battle against cancer now leaves a mark on the Sumter community, both on and off the field.
I've been a head coach now for 36 years. There's nobody that's ever played for me or been in my program that I'm more proud of than Tylee Craft, and the type of leadership that he showed and the desire he had to fight.
Sumter native Tylee Craft was born October 1st, 2001 with an unwavering love for sports. He grew up playing football and basketball, becoming a standout player on the football field for the Sumter High School Gamecocks. Ever since he was young, his mom, September, says he always had a drive to compete.
I used to run track when I lived in New York, and for years I would race them all the time and I would beat them. And then one day, and Tylee was determined that he was going to beat me, and then one day he just beat me. I said, okay, you got it.
September says Tylee was quiet but led by example and let his game speak for himself. Tylee's high school coach, Mark Barnes, said this was how Craft carried himself, not just as a star wide receiver for the Sumter High Gamecocks, but also in his life.
This cat in Tylee Craft was one of one, and I know everybody's going to say, well, yeah, everybody says that, but if you really research him and every step he took in his life, he was different than other people, and that's the part I admire about him the most.
The fight he would bring on the field in his time as a Sumter High Gamecock would set the stage for him to play football at the University of North Carolina. The 6'5", four-star prospect recorded 59 catches for 993 yards and 11 touchdowns over his junior and senior seasons. In his junior year, Craft would lead the football team to a 10-1 finish where they would make it to the second round of the Class 5A state playoffs. WIS spoke to him in 2019 after punching his ticket to play for Mac Brown and the Tar Heels.
Well, when they say Mac is back, that's actually what it means. It's a great environment, great staff.
Through his freshman and sophomore seasons with the Tar Heels, Craft would appear in 11 games at wide receiver and special teams, but he would eventually face his biggest battle yet off the field after he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer on March 14, 2022. The illness would sideline him from playing, but not from fighting.
When the doctor came in and said, this is cancer and I think it's stage 4, I was the one that bust out crying, and he was on the bed at the hospital asleep, and I grabbed him and was holding him, and he woke up like, what's going on? And I said, you got stage 4 cancer. And he's patting me, telling me it's going to be okay, it's going to be okay. He just kept fighting. His body was strong.
Craft would continue to fight for more than 2 years after being diagnosed. That fight ended Saturday, October 12th. While he continues to be honored at UNC, his drive still inspires many in his home of Sumter that they can do anything they set their mind to.
He was ahead of his years with the way he carried himself, the manners that he had. Just was a pleasant spirit. Him living the way he lived, he helped me more than I helped him.
This is why Tylee's brother Takel McCray says he looks up to his younger brother. He remembers growing up competing against Craft and says the way he fought the good fight continues to inspire him every day.
He inspired me just as much as he inspired everybody else. You know, he's my little brother, but I also looked up to him because of the person he was. In my opinion, he was my role model.
And Craft won the Disney Spirit Award in 2023 and was named to the Uplifting Athletes Rare Disease Championship team. In 2024, UNC honored Craft at their cancer awareness game over the weekend against Georgia Tech. Although the Tar Heels didn't come up with a win, Tylee's teammate J.J. Jones did score a touchdown wearing Tylee's jersey number 13. And UNC will continue to honor Craft for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, just an incredible athlete, but even more so an incredible person. So loved and is going to be so missed.
He's definitely going to be missed. You know, truly left an impact on that community. And with that frame and that size, he was truly a spectacle to watch.
Yeah, unbelievable. You know, such a fantastic athlete, and of course he is missed, certainly.
Well, I want to thank his family for sharing his story with me and for, just giving me a little piece of Tylee Craft.
Yeah, well, thank you, Sam.